I don't know what's going on, but for some reason they're doing some sort of internal stress test or something. And so if you pop on Street Fighter V right now, there's a good chance you can pop in. Oh shit. Where do I put this damn thing? Here? Over there? To the side? Whatever. Whatever. Nobody really cares right now. So, like, I'll put it on the dog. I'll put it on the dog in a little bit. But, like, so I was just kind of watching some streams and I noticed Eris got into the game. I was like, holy shit, a beta's going? And it's like, oh no, it's just some sort of internal stress test. Nobody could get any matchmaking. I'm like, cool, no one could get any matchmaking. So I loaded up my Vita and remote played onto my PS4 and started playing the fucking game. And I was like, oh shit, I got in on remote play on my Vita. I was like, oh, this is cool. I get to play around a little bit, you know, and try stuff out. So I was just kind of playing around with Ryu, right? Just doing some basic standard, you know, just trying to get the feel for his combos, because I still don't know how to play much, and I kind of forgot everything that I had during the first phase beta of this game. And then while I was doing that, I got into a match. And I was like, wait, this isn't supposed to happen. You're not supposed to get matches. But I got a match. I was like, oh shit. And I played a match on my PlayStation Vita, remote playing my PS4. So I like turned off all my internet shit, so it was just my remote play on my Vita and my PS4. You know, all my, they're all like kind of connected to each other, so they're not separate or anything. So they were as an ideal a connection atmosphere as you could get. And the fight actually went really, really well. It was smooth, it went out okay. The only thing that happened was I got completely bodied by a guy who generally knew how to play, but in the second round, I lost functionality of all my kicks. I could not do any of my kicks with Ryu. It was completely locked out. I don't know if it was a remote play problem, a game bug, I couldn't determine. But for that whole second round, I could not kick. At all. And then look, now
another fight is coming.
so like I guess it's fighty time. Like I don't really understand, but yeah. Fighty time. Everyone was like, no, you can't get in, it doesn't work, you can't get in. Well then what's this? Like I'm getting in. I'm definitely getting in. Like I don't know, I panically turned on my stream and shit. I was like, well let's just see if I can get this stuff. Let's go check it out, you know, let's just go see what happens. And this is what happens. This is pretty fun. Like I haven't gotten to play Ryu in a long time. Like I really wanted to. I really like sitting in training mode with the guy because I'm just trying to figure it all out. Now, all I know is like my standing medium punch is supposed to be really linkable into stuff, and I gotta do that.
Round one. Fight.
Jesus. Oh! How did I get that from a low kick? Oh,
Round
it up.
two. Fight.
Nice. frustrated with a crouching heavy. Alright.
You win.
Okay, I kinda understand a little bit of this guy's. Some of this guy. Just a little bit. Getting heated. Okay. Alright, I know you guys want to watch more of the game, not my face. And it's a fighting game, so I understand. Let me find my camera. I don't have it. Shit. Alright, how do I get my camera out? Here we go. Let's load up the software. There we are. There we are. I need webcam controller. That should bring that up. There we are. Alright. Let's see. I'll go get the dog on the camera there. That way we've got more stuff working with us.
Fight.
There we go. There we go. We got the dog. I don't know if I could really do much more than what I have here. My camera is not acting super good, as you can see. There. Cool. How's that? Is my arm gonna kind of? No. Okay. Cool. I just gotta be careful about where I move. That's pretty good. Just kind of. Yeah, I gotta practice. I gotta practice that. I thought I don't know. Everyone was like, "Yeah, there's no matchmaking right now. It's just everything's just on. You know, it's just some temporary thing." No, I was like, "Cool. I'll just pop on. I'll just play, you know." And I'm sorry, I just ate. Like I was in the middle of stuff, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, beta. So yeah, I'm a little distracted. Yeah, and then I was just playing on my Vita, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then a fight, and I was like, oh, that's odd. I wasn't expecting any fights, but okay. So yeah, there we go. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. But cool, right? Got some fights happening a little bit. Just kind of a little bit of tasty treat Street Fighter 5. Kind of nice. It's a fun game. It feels pretty good to play. I like it. It's definitely like easier to like press buttons and stuff.
Round one. Fight.
I'm trying to go for the wrong hits. This guy's going crazy too.
Round two. Fight.
guy's too crazy. I don't know what to do. I was just pressing buttons. Yeah, I don't know if I like Ryu a ton. I don't actually, to be honest, I don't really like anybody a ton. But you know, I like them enough. Ugh. Ugh. Pretty fun. It is pretty fun. I think my green screen's kind of screwed up. I don't really know what to do about it. I gotta focus on this. I'm gonna be very obvious about this. I'm just gonna kind of go for that each time. I think it's gonna have. Oh, I got disconnected. All right, that's cool. Let's keep trying. I'm not too worried about it. This is really it. I like this game. I like this game. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I am so looking forward to this game. But yeah, it's definitely a beta. Most definitely a beta. Be honest, it feels more like an alpha than a beta. You can see a little bit of my camera is not working the way it's supposed to. Let me see if I can work on it a little bit. Maybe that does a little something. Oh, maybe it's over. It might be over. Yeah, I think everyone got kicked out. Even Eris is complaining.
It's alright, don't panic. I've played this any button game before.
We're all back at the any button game. I love this game.
We just have to do it Bushin style. Input bug. Okay, here we go.
That seems to be okay. It might have worked a little bit better. Not much better, but, you know, at least it's out of the way. That's what matters.
Or accidentally grow more beard hair. Thank you.
Ugh.
You change?
Yeah, you got like a little corner there. It's kind of messed up.
Thanks very much, man.
Basically my whole hand. Yeah. Crap.
You guys are too kind.
Shitty.
What would I do without you, man? I'd be in infinite any button purgatory. Bush?
I think we're back in push button territory here, but I'm gonna keep at this for a little while, just in case. Like, you're talking to a guy who spent 3 days, 8 hours a day trying to do this.
Good old days. What was that black guy?
Yeah, Terrell. Street Fighter V beta, like Street Fighter V beta. That's apparently it's very suddenly started up. Like, it's not even the beta proper. It's like they're doing some sort of stress test really quick, and people were popping in, and I was like, oh, I'll go pop in. I'll go see if I could do something in Street Fighter V a little bit. And I got in. And so instead of actually loading up my PS4 like down here, coming down here, I used my Vita. So I remote played my PS4 with my Vita, and I go, oh, I'll see if I load up the game. Because even if I got into the game, people were not getting any matchmaking. And I was like, sweet, no matchmaking. I could just practice in training mode on my Vita just to fuck off, you know, just for the hell of it. And I wasn't going to stream it or anything. I was just like, you know, it's just me sitting in training mode, and honestly, it's not going to be anything. But then I got a match while streaming from my Vita onto my PS4. You know, I got an actual match. And it played really well. Even in my remote playing, it played really well. I didn't have any problems latency-wise, but I did have a problem in the second round, I lost my ability to press any of the kick buttons. They just wouldn't work. It was like my kick buttons were all unmapped or something, which was really hilarious. And the guy, the guy actually knew how to play, so he whooped my ass pretty convincingly. But I was like, oh shit, now I'm getting into matchmaking. I actually have to come down here and like sit at the system and play a little bit. I gotta see what's going on. I actually got a match. I got in here and got everything set up, and boom, it was a match. And I got 2 matches there, I think. Was it 2? Yeah, I got 2 matches in. And now I'm back to push button hero, so. Yeah, Terrell, if you're not familiar with Street Fighter V, Street Fighter V is not supposed to be out for, like, less than a year, or something like that. It's about a year's time, a little less. What they did, though, was they announced if you pre-ordered the game, which basically everybody did, you can get access to the beta. And the beta, and what they had planned for the beta was 3 phases. There was going to be 3 different phases of beta, and each one was going to last something like a week or something. We had our first phase maybe about a month ago. I'm not quite sure how long ago actually it was, but it was quite a bit ago. But it was miserable, and I don't know if you read about it, but it was super, super bad. Like, people, on the very first day it came out, I was down here for 8 solid hours at this screen, doing this exact thing here that I'm doing. Just pressing the button at this any screen and getting the same message error and everything. So I did that for 8 hours on the first day. And maybe about 2 or 3 times I actually got into training mode in those 8 hours, and I actually got one whole match that day. Like, one match that disconnected at the very end. And I was one of the very, 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 very few that actually had a match that day. And I actually had it recorded and everything. So I put it up on YouTube, and like a ton of people, hit it up. Well, ton compared to my video. And I re-streamed it on Twitch later. I had like 70 people all just watching this match, because we were all hungry for some Street Fighter V. And after a while, it was like, 8 hours of waiting. We finally didn't get in there. I know. Committed is a nice way of saying fucking bored as hell. But I really wanted to play. Like, I don't really like Street Fighter that much, but I like new fighting games. And it's always really exciting when a new fighting game comes out. And Street Fighter V is just the biggest thing. So I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to sit down and do this. So after that day, the very next day, I did another 8-hour session of sitting there all day pressing the button. But on that one, at the very end of that day, I got an hour's worth of matchmaking. And what was happening was they would basically reset the servers every hour. And they would boot everybody out. And then at the fresh hour, with nobody inside, everybody could rush in. And it would be kind of like a new wave of people would get in. So they were kind of like cycling through new waves of people every hour. So I got an hour of play at the end of the day on the second day. And then on the third day, it was the exact same thing. Oh, geez, that's a weird one. Yeah, so basically all 3 days, I spent about 8 hours each day trying to get into the game, and only on day 2 and day 3, well, technically day 1 and day 2, because day 0 didn't count. Nobody ever got a match except me and, like, maybe a handful of other dudes. But, after on the third day, it was like that. Yeah, like a rotation. It was basically like a rotation. But after the third day, they were like, okay, we cannot fix the problems that we're having. This is a horrible experience. We are going to shut down the beta. This is not going to count as far as any of the phases. This will not be counted as a beta phase because it was just so miserably done. There was just way too many problems. So since that day, the game has been completely down, and they haven't given us any info on anything since then. We don't know when the next beta is going to happen. We don't know what the first phase of beta is going to be like. We have no idea. It's just whatever they had planned for the first phase of beta was completely scrapped. So this is the first time we've heard anything in regards to the beta since then, and that's probably maybe about a month ago or something like that. And basically when I got in earlier, it gave me a message saying this is a stress test. This is just so that we could, more readily get, the first beta phase started. We'll keep you updated on information. So, this is not technically a beta. This is not the beta right now. This is some sort of stress test. It's just a test. They just want people to cram the system and see what happens. That's what they're doing right now. They're not doing a beta. It's totally unannounced. Nobody had any idea what was happening. Just apparently somebody tried the game, or maybe they read a tweet somewhere, and it started working. And then the word just spread like wildfire, and everybody started trying to log in. So that's been my last 20 minutes and 54 seconds right now is what I've been doing. It's just kind of figuring that out. And it kind of sucked because I was in the middle of doing something, and then bam, I was like, oh shit, I could play a little Street Fighter 5. Oh shit, I'm getting matchmaking. I gotta go downstairs and really play. But as you can see, I got kicked out. Not right now. I'm not actually fighting a match. Basically, how the game works is this little load up stuff that you see when it says press any button. You press the button and it takes you to a little menu system. When you're at the menu system, you can do a couple of things, but it'll have a message that says, welcome to the beta, or it'll say, this is a stress test, not really the beta. And then you get to choose like network battle, which is really the actual play option you can get. And then it takes you to character select screen, and then you select your character, and then you select your training opponent, and it drops you into training mode, and then the matchmaking happens in the background of that training mode. So you don't have to do anything. You just go straight into training mode, and it will try and matchmake for you while you are in training mode. The thing is that everybody who was getting in said that they were not getting any matches, and nobody was getting matches for like the last hour or two. So this has actually been going on before I even started. I only heard about it maybe an hour ago, and then I did some Vita stuff, the remote play on my PS4 to get in the game. I wasn't taking it seriously. I was like, I just want to hit some buttons in training mode, figure out a little bit of Ryu before, just to have some fun with Ryu. Then I started getting matchmaking, and I was like, holy shit, I have to get downstairs and play this for reals. And yeah, what you just saw, I don't know if you saw that, I guess you weren't here for the last match, but I had 2 matches, and basically right after that second match, I got dropped into training mode, it disconnected me. And so now I'm looking at all the streamers playing Street Fighter 5, and everybody is at this point that I'm at right here, press any button. This is what I was doing for the first 3 days, for those 3 days of the beta. This is basically what I was doing, was for 8 hours I would hit this menu and hit this button, and every hour I would just hope that I get inside, as part of a new batch. So do they handpick similarly skilled players to fight each other, or is it just random? So right now, they have a system in place. They have a ranking system. In Street Fighter 4, they called it battle points or something like that. And basically, your overall, you had 2 pools of battle points. You had your overall battle points, which was you just having a lot of fights. And then the other battle point was character specific. If your character was had a lot of battle points, he would be ranked a number. Like you could be number 5 Rufus online or something like that on the leaderboards for whatever console you were on. That's how it worked for Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5 does the same thing, but instead of calling it battle points, they call it levels. And you still have 2 types. You have a player level, and then you have a character level. So the way that it matchmakes is that it looks at both your character level and your player level, and then try and find you with similarly skilled players that way. Right now, for this beta, they do not have that information consistently. They can't store that information right now. Because it's a beta, they have to wipe every single time the game goes down, whenever they need to do something. They have to wipe their information. So any battle points, any experience, quote unquote, that I gain in this game is going to get completely wiped because it's a beta. They can't keep that stuff on hand. They have to make major renovating changes to the system, and that requires them dumping all the old information, so that the new upgrades and the new whatever, properly works. So right now it is just a kind of a crapshoot on who you get, because everybody is at the same battle point level, which is basically 0. Give it a few hours, and the more skilled players will start leveling up, and then you'll start, if you're wherever your level is at, if you're still around the 0, or if you're up in the higher than 0, then it will start pulling like that. But chances are, during this beta, even when we have a proper phase beta, chances are most people will be lumped together, and it will feel like a completely random grab of just individuals. I know region-wise it is just a random grab of people because that's what they're testing for this beta. They just want as many people as they can get. And I'm going to stop my recording and start it really quick. This won't interrupt the stream. I just want my personal recording here. I'm going to start that back up. All right, there we go. Yeah, I just like to do that in case I want to upload this later to YouTube just as like a small file or something. Which I kind of want to because, you know, I got 2 fights streamed and I'd like to put that up on YouTube. So you level your favorite fighters and your own self to determine your fight. That's basically that's the gist. And it's really important to note that that is how it is just right now. And this is a beta, and it could be the game could extremely change heavily in any fashion in any way, because that's the nature of betas. You know, it is an unfinished game that they are still working on. That is indeed the dog on the face cam. So for Street Fighter V, like, there's a lot on the screen. And if I use my actual face cam, just my face, you can't really see the game very much. And Street Fighter V is new, so people really want to see it. That aside, like, I can't really put my personal face camera anywhere on the screen without, like, greatly interrupting the UI. So, like, I'll either be blocking my opponent's health, my own health, you know, my face will get in the way. I'll be blocking character models, you know, shit like that. That gets in the way, I think, for people who want to watch the stream, because they want to see the game probably more than they want to see the player. So I have a green screen that's right here. You can see my arm and everything and my dog. He's actually laying on this green screen. And so that lets him, you know, so he's on the couch right next to me. I mean, we're right next to each other. But this is a green screen that blocks out for the game, you know, extra stuff. You can still see, like, there's a little crevice, like, right here. That's because he's pushed the cloth into the pillows right here. So it creates kind of like a shadow. I could kind of mess with it to try and fix it, but honestly, it's more hassle than it's worth. But the main gist is that this whole section of couch that you would be seeing is just gone, and all you see is the dog. Basically, Terrell, green screen on my couch. That's basically the deal. I have a green screen on here so that people could see the game better and the dog. Because otherwise, like, I'm going to be blocking the UI a lot. Which is fine for a game that's old. Like, I'll be putting my face, you know, on this game when people are basically tired of it. When they don't want to see Street Fighter V anymore. But, you know, right now it's all new. Nobody's seen it. Like, the footage, I want my footage to be, you know, relatively open. So I like to put my dog there. Because you get to look at my dog, you know. There's a lot of people that like looking at the dog. And, yeah, I mean, he doesn't take up much space at all. So, I like doing that a lot. It's something, you know, it's something. But yeah, I'll actually be doing this for Bloodborne too. I would like to put the dog, because lately, for Dark Souls 2, I really feel like it's sort of a game where you want to look at the player get really pissed off at a bunch of shit. So I tend to keep the dog over there. Dark Souls 2. Like I said, for Dark Souls 2, for Dark Souls 2, I like to put my face on there because I like my reactions to when shit goes bad, and I think people like seeing the anguish in my body and my face. But when Dark Souls 2 is over and I move to Bloodborne, I will pretty much put the dog on there, and then, like, I really just randomize it up. Sometimes I do me. Most of the time what I do is I put my face on the camera until somebody asks to see the dog, unless it's Croker, because he always wants to see the dog. But yeah, I just change it up. Other than Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is the only exception I'm doing, and once that's over, I'll pretty much just stick to the dog until I feel like putting my glorious face back on the camera. It is. I think for the viewers, I think most of it is the anguish upon the player, as much as it is actually watching the game. But right now we got Street Fighter V, and it seems to be dead. So I won't give this. I'll probably give this a while, but you know, I could really stick in this forever. Like I really like Street Fighter V. From what I have played of the beta, it feels really good. And they're working really, really hard to have like the most perfect netcode that they could come up with, you know, given the technology of today. So I'm really hoping that these guys win it out, especially because I don't really have a lot of arcade options. If I want to be good at fighting games, online is really the only way I get to do it. So I don't really know. I don't really know how long this is going to go tonight, but, you know, I'm definitely looking for it. Yeah, while I'm trying to get through here, I'm looking at a bunch of streamers try and deal with their stuff. It doesn't look like anybody got back in the Street Fighter V, so I guess it's probably over. I'm gonna try and get some info and see if we can get back in the Street Fighter, or if it's just done. It's really hard to say. I've heard Bloodborne is as difficult as Dark Souls. It is supposed to be in the same vein. It is supposed to be difficult, but I don't think it's as difficult. A lot of people say it's not as difficult. Simply because it's supposed to be new player friendly. It's supposed to be much friendlier for newer players. I honestly don't know. But they made it more approachable, but they also made it more aggressive, so it's a little different. Oh, look at that! Okay, I got in somehow. I managed to get in. Cool. I actually thought this was going to be done today. I was like, this is done. This isn't happening anymore. But here we go. Yeah, we are definitely on. So, we're going to be dropped into training mode. I chose Ryu, and then I'm up against Nash, who's actually Charlie from the older Street Fighter games. So this is training mode, and oh, look at that! It actually remembered all my settings. It's pretty awesome. Usually it forgets training mode settings, but for some reason it remembered. So training mode. This is just what it is. You are in training mode here, and in order to actually have a match make, wow, really? Oh wow. It got me in just to kick me out. Just to kick me out. Jesus. So, if I had not been kicked out, as I was saying, that was training mode. In training mode, you just, you know, infinite health. It's training, you know, just like any other fighting game. But, while you're training in this game right now, for this beta, you have a matchmaking that happens in the background. And then, you know, hopefully you get a match. So you get to train while you're waiting for a fight. Of course, instead, for me, I just got disconnected instead of actually getting to fight anybody. Which, yeah, go figure. But whatever. That probably means other people have kind of got in, or are trying to get in, or have rushed in, or something like that. Probably got in. That's what I'm guessing. This is I mean, it's so hard to guess. It's just really hard. It's hard to guess what they're doing. I did get to kick him. I kicked him both in the back and in the front. Oh, look! Logged in the game server. Alright. Okay. So, the other side of this is probably what they are hoping for, really. They are probably hoping for people to mash at this screen and try and get in, because this is a stress test. They want to test, you know, everybody crashing in. And you see, I had 2 matches today. And my Ryu level went up to 3. I now have 0 and 0 again. So I'm back down to nothing. So what I'm trying to do in training mode, I'm trying to learn to get this combo, this combo specifically. Oh my god. Alright. Standing medium punch can combo. That's what I'm trying to go for. So for this fight, this match, rather than playing it like a fight, I'm going to try and focus on getting that combo somehow. Maybe like a cross up or just walk up, medium, medium. That's what I'm going to try and do. But honestly, it depends on just how sick the other guy is, which they tend to be pretty sick. So, I mean, I don't know. I could try and do whatever I want. The other guy really is going to dictate if any of it works. You'll see, Terrell. I gotta get in. I gotta figure out how to.
Fight.
I gotta get this combo. I told you, I'm trying to go for that combo and it's getting me blown up.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, it's getting me blown up. It's getting me blown up trying to go for that combo. That's why I haven't been going for it. Is it's much easier to just punish a guy. Terrell, you're like, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Okay, I was the guy in blue. What I was trying to go for is a standing basic combo of Ryu. It's a very basic thing. It doesn't take much work. Basically, what it is when you go up in Street Fighter V, when you try and combo on a dude, there's kind of two ways to do it. You have generally a target combo, which you could just press the buttons in order and they will come out. The other kind of combo is a link combo, whereas you hit a guy and they are stunned briefly. And during that brief moment of stun, you can kind of hit them again. So this is Ryu's standing medium punch. It's just that. What I want to do is get this to combo into that itself. I want it to combo into itself. And I know I could do it because when I hit, Nash is staggered long enough for me to get a second one out and have a proper combo happen. So what I'm trying to get is that. You see that 2 in the upper left corner there? That's what I'm trying to get. I want to get, not that, I want to get that. I want that to happen because with that I can get more damage. So if I can use this, if I can get this in a match, I can link it into other ways. Which I can't show you because I have another match happening. The problem is that it's a very obvious thing because it's Ryu's basic combo. The other thing is that it's going to get beat out by the guy pressing buttons. And these guys are pressing buttons because they want to play the game. They want to press buttons. So really, I mean, I'm just going to get blown up. That's just how it is. But, I mean, it's necessary for me to get blown up because I have to work that move into my muscle memory. Because when I open a guy up, I start hitting jab and that's not getting me anywhere. That's doing really pathetic damage. Like, I need to play the game for real. Oh. I got it. So that's the combo I'm going for. This guy's not pressing buttons as much.
Round 2.
But I got it. I got it one time. Oh, I was way over him. Damn. Damn. See, he's pressing buttons. I can't get it. I just can't do it raw. But I want to, because my muscle memory can't remember it otherwise.
Fight.
See, that was dumb. I don't want a crouching jab like that. That's stupid.
Win.
Like I know I can win if I did that, and I don't want to do that. Because now my muscle's like, oh, if I just crouch and jab all day, I'll win. And that's wrong. I'm not going to win if I crouch and jab all day. I should have standing medium punch and see what happens. Even if I get stuffed and it causes me to lose the match, that is so not important. The match win is not important. It's how I play the match. If I play it scrubby and I win, I didn't learn anything. I just played like a scrub. So I have to stop myself from jabbing. It's so hard. Because there are times when jabbing is good, but right now I'm just mashing jab, and that's not smart. I need to use it conservatively, be better about it, be smart about it. Ugh.
Fight.
In any case, that's what I'm going for. I got it once, and I even managed to get that combo, which I haven't even consistently done before. So that's pretty nice. So, see, this is a link. It's difficult to link this move into itself. It takes a little bit. It takes some timing. It takes some work. It takes consistency to do. And it does 194 damage. I could just go into his target combo, which is much easier, and it does a little bit more damage. But the problem is this target combo. This is all I can ever do. It's very easy to come out. It doesn't require any real timing. You just do it. But it does decent damage. But the problem is that that's all that it is. I can't like throw a Hadouken in here. I can only link to here, to here, to here. That's all I can do. I can't interrupt any of it. So instead, I need to do something like this, you know, so that I can do more stuff. Like what? Like I could do something really cool here if I can do it. Like, this is the reason I'm training it. Basically that. Look at that. That is what I get to do if I train this. If I get this down, I can do that whole combo. I can't do that whole combo going for that. Now, that doesn't mean this is bad. This is still a really good move to go. And especially when you're new, which, you know, technically I am new. So, you know, it's... But you see, it's even improved if you just, like, if you just do it on itself, you know? It's actually less damage for some reason. That's actually kind of weird, but whatever. Can you play as any of the hot ninja chicks yet? Or is that in the next phase? Hot ninja chicks. I don't think there's any hot ninja chicks announced yet. You could play as Cammy, who's kind of a ninja chick, but not really. Just sort of. Yeah, you can technically play as her, but I don't know I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. She was available during the first phase of beta. Like on the last day of it, they unlocked her and Birdie, and I played Birdie, who's like a really big chain wielding guy. Who's really cool. I like him. But yeah, Cammy was available and stuff, but it was only for the last day of that phase of beta. This I don't see Cammy or Birdie available, so I'm guessing no right now. So I don't really know. Hot Ninja Chick. Are you thinking like Makoto or something? Because I don't think she's in the game yet. But this is a simple linker combo, you know, that if I want to spend the meter, I could really pull out the damage. It's something you really should learn. Like if you want to get good at a fighting game, you know, you try and learn that stuff that requires execution. Shit. Yeah, we got some fight. You don't know what you're thinking. Hot Ninja Chicks. You might be thinking Dead or Alive or something, you know. Yeah, the game's not really super known for hot chicks. Not super known for it. Most of the hot chicks are in the 3D, like, Dead or Alive games.
Fight!
Oof, there's some leg here. Oh, you see all that leg? Man, you see some clipping issues going on there. It looks kind of weird. That's rollback. The latency is so bad that the game's rolling back movesets. Yeah, I don't know. This is actually really hard because I don't my moves don't come out at my timings.
Fight! Hadouken battle. Whatever. That was a weird idea. Ugh. I got him in the sun and I went for the combo. I knew it would cost me the game. But I want to practice the combo, even in that leg. Like, I totally dropped it. I mean, that was a horrible attempt at that combo. But I mean, the leg's really bad. That was a terrible connection for that guy. Roll back everywhere, button delay. The way that they work in this game is that it's a combination of two things. You get button delay when you press a button, the button doesn't come out until later, some indeterminate amount of time later. And then they also have rollback, which they just kind of rewind the tape a little bit. It rewinds everything that happened, like I don't know, a brief couple seconds, maybe a few like milliseconds. I don't know, but basically they rewind the tape when latency is happening. When like if I do a heavy kick and there was some lag involved, it will rewind the game to a point where I did not do the heavy kick. That's kind of rollback. And then, you know, it takes both of those elements and tries to apply them. That's the netcode. And that's actually what we're supposed to be testing with this beta, is the netcode. So, you know, just kind of me getting in this training, this experience, this is a side effect. What we're really supposed to be here for, the whole purpose of this, is to test the netcode, get the netcode super good, you know, the best that they can do it. It's like your buffering issue, exactly. Except rather than buffering, the game like pauses the game, even though you're still playing. And then like once the buffering is done, it updates the game back to that point where it all paused at. So it's actually really irritating if it happens like super bad. And I've never had it that bad. I did have it bad, like really bad once, but not like insurmountably bad. That's actually, that heavy Tatsu is really good for following up after a quick rise. I have to get used to quick rise. I don't ever use it. Too fast. He had a good.
You win.
That was a good idea on his part. So a really cool trick. What's up, El Dragon? Beta hype is back. Yeah, the sheep arena has returned. A really cool trick with Ryu is that you can enter his Denjin mode, which is his V trigger. You see that guy do that weird power stance with the lightning? He gets like different properties on his Hadouken. You can use that to pause the game and see what your opponent has either done or is doing, and you can react to it. That's what he did, but instead of reacting to it, he put his super in way too early. If he had just did that trigger, and it's just kind of waited a little bit from, you know, it just totally punished me. He could have even maybe taken the game, because it does a lot of damage. See, this is a fun move to do. The only problem is that I can only follow it up in the corner. But I can follow it up like a couple different ways. The timing is rough. Well, it is rough. It's not as bad as other games. It's actually pretty good. It's rough for me because I don't know the game. That works. Yeah, that works. So I mean, it's pretty good. It is kind of a special attack. And no, there is no... Ken was announced, but Ken will not be available in this beta right now. He might be available in a later beta phase, but as far as we know, Ken is not going to be available right now. So basically, what V-Trigger... Everybody has a V-Trigger. You see at the bottom there, above what it says CA, that's critical art. V-Trigger is this. For Ryu, this is what he gets. He gets this power stance, and he gets electricity on his gloves. Everything, you know, does a little bit more damage, and it also does a bit more stun damage. So you can stun them faster. The other thing that it does, these are his Hadoukens, and you can just throw them out. If you Denjin mode, you can charge them up. And then if you EX and use one of your meters down there, it charges up even faster. So, and it doesn't, look at all that stun it does, 700 stun. So a fully charged Denjin mode Hadouken is insane. So, you know, it's a damage buff, and it also gives him a couple of tactics he could work with. It's a really good move. So, yeah, that's his option. But, like, it really works as some way of, like, pausing the game. Like, that's what I use it for. I try and... if I feel like the guy's going to do something, I pause the game with that Denjin mode and see what he does, and then act accordingly. That's a lot of damage right there. That's pretty good. I don't think that works. Yeah. But I mean, that's just a quick way to get some damage there. And you can see, there was a property I didn't know. This long one here, that actually goes through projectiles. Let's see if I can make that happen. I don't know if there's a dummy setting in here or not. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have any... Yeah, okay. They don't have any way to control the character yet. So, normally in training mode, what they let you do is... control your opponent, your training dummy, so that you can make them do things that you need to do. Because in this case, I would have Nash throw out a Sonic Boom, and I would use Heavy Tatsu, and that goes through the projectile. So you saw I did that a couple times going through a guy's projectile, which was pretty rad. Why is he a Japanese slur when he's shooting lightning? I don't think he's saying a slur, is he? He should be saying Super Hadouken or something. Yeah, he's saying Denjin Hadouken. And that's Senku Hadouken. So he's got Senku Hadouken, which is just his Hadouken, and then he's got Denjin Hadouken, which is when he's in his power-up state. So he kind of sort of gets two different supers. Not really. They work the same way, but yeah. That's kind of the general idea. Yeah, see, it's not very good damage. There's probably a lot better ways to do that. I just don't know them. I actually didn't know crouching medium worked. I know crouching heavy works. If I get this in, I can definitely link those. It's just really hard to do.
I don't... I'm not sure if it can lead to anywhere. Not really sure at all if it leads anywhere. You can even cancel a Shoryuken into that special. I wonder. Not quite getting it. That's not quite it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. There it is. Yeah. So standing medium into crouching heavy into Shoryuken, and then you can cancel the Shoryuken into your special. It's actually kind of hard to do though. Hey, we got a match.
Another fight is coming your way.
So you can, when you fight the computer outside of training mode, not in this game. This is only a beta that we're focusing on the network stuff. In the main game, you'll have a story mode and I imagine an arcade mode where you can beat up on the computer, you know, computer-controlled opponents all day. And they're actually working for a real story mode for this game, like an actual real story. But I have no idea if it's going to be any good. This is the path of destiny.
Round one. Fight.
Oh my god, the rollback. Are killing us. He hit me right in the foot, and you can see it go. It just rolls it back.
Fight.
Oh! Oh, it dropped. It dropped what I had planned.
You win.
I don't. The heavy kick was supposed to be the Tetsu whatever. The internet connection tonight is horrible. Horrible. This was not as bad when I played during the beta. But you know what? It's a stress test. They said that they were... This is actually pretty fair.
But you see down in the lower left what I was talking about? I have a player rank of 1 and a Ryu rank of 4. So the character that I am playing ranks up much faster than my actual player rank. These locations are kind of ridiculous. Yeah, well, you know, it's Street Fighter. That's what they do. They find weird places. But yeah, that's my rank right there. It looks like I have... Looks like I'm really offensive. I guess that makes sense. I am kind of going in. You see this hitbox right here? Like, this sucks. But it's really good, so I try and hit it. Oh, wow, that's really good. Ow, you can actually make it go slow. I didn't know that. Can I do that with the Denjin? Oh, it won't let me know.
Another fight is coming your way.
Yeah. It's not that I'm sorry. I won the match. Winning the match always feels good. But I feel dumb that I feel awful because, you know, I'm going for these really cool combos and I'm dropping them like crazy because I suck. And also because when I get a clean shot, latency kicks in and rolls me back or some random shit like that. It's like, oh, damn. I could practice the target combo. I haven't really done that either. Like, I'm still really fresh to Ryu. These are just the things I know. That's it.
Fight!
Hadouken! 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 Kudakarya! Hadouken! Figher! Hadouken! Hadouken! Figher! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Damn, he's hitting buttons, man. I can't just do my combos. It's still laggy. I think that's just how it is. Oh. Really? He hit me, but I don't know. He hit me. I think it rolled back his fist. That's not supposed to happen.
Fight!
Ugh. I thought I was close enough. I wasn't close. I just wanted to chip him.
You lose.
That was good. You know what? That wasn't good. I dropped way too much shit. That was terrible. It's not a cheese victory. It's just a lot of these fights aren't going the way either one of us wants to go because the latency's bad. Some people give up and just, they do the things that don't rely on latency, like throw out Hadoukens and things like that. It's, you know, if you put in the Hadouken, it's going to come out and all that stuff. And then if I have to react to Hadoukens and things like that, I'm not going to. The latency won't let me do it. But that's why I preemptively make reads. Like, at the start of the fight, he Hadoukened, I preemptively heavy Tatsu'd. You know, I was making reads like that. That's a way to beat latency, but it's insanely unsafe, and you're going to get punished, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's a beta. You can play it however you can make it work. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just trying all sorts of shit, you know. Figuring out things, like, the thing that's blowing me up the most is going through this combo. Because, you see, I can't even do it often. Like, there's some, maybe not latency, but there is a slow thing that's happening here. Like, it's just a slow game. I've never played Street Fighter. I never played any of the Street Fighter 4 stuff. I played Street Fighter Third Strike a little bit. I played Super Turbo a lot way back in the day. And this doesn't feel like any of those things. It's just completely nothing like them. But it's okay. Like I said, it's a beta. What's on the front of Nash's face? So Charlie is the character that his name is like supposed to be. Charlie Nash is his full name. I guess Nash is Japanese, and then Charlie is what we kind of named him over here. And somewhere in Street Fighter Alpha, I guess, Charlie actually dies. Like, he just flat out dies. He falls off a waterfall or that. And we presumed he was dead. But now in Street Fighter V, he's come back as like a zombie character or something. He's got a little gem in his head, and all those little skin graft things are, you know, they're just skin grafts. Like, he doesn't even have an arm that is his. It's just an arm.
Fight!
Hadouken! 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 Karya! Kasagi! Karya! Hadouken! 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 Shoryuken! Hadouken! 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 Seiya! Hadouken! Hadouken!
That was a weird trade. I don't know I couldn't see what kick he just threw out. Very weird trade.
Round 2. Fight!
Yeah, that was kind of cheap of me. So, here's the other thing about that dungeon mode that I just did. I paused the game. And when the game is paused, I don't think you're allowed to put any inputs into the game. Like, it stores them for, like, a special move. But, like, if I pause the game at the same time you crouch and heavy kick, I don't think the game will register that crouch and heavy kick. So what you saw there was my opponent got up to his feet, right? He stood up to he got up in place. While he was getting up, I Denjin mode where I thought was the last part of his get up mode, right when I thought when he was going to be on his feet. So right when that was about to happen, right when he was going to get on his feet, I knew right away he would want to press a button. I just didn't know what it was. So I screwed up his timing for when to press that button by Denjin moding. And unless he was mashing, it would not have come out. And even if he was mashing, his timing for when that kick would come out would be a little bit later because he's mashing. He's not timing it. And if he timed it, he won't get anything at all unless he adjusted to that whole thing, unless he adjusted to that pause in the game, which I definitely don't think he did. So what ended up happening was he almost got to his feet, mashing the button or getting ready to hit the button. I paused the game, and then he hit the button during that pause thinking he would be on his feet. It didn't happen, so he stood up, and when he realized that there was a pause in the game because of my Denjin mode, he went to press the button again. But at that point, I was already in Denjin mode and had my attack coming out. That was my low crouching medium kick. That was already out there. I had already thrown it out. By the time he realized that pause and went to go for the kick, my foot was already out. So that's a little bit of a trick. It's not going to really work like on anybody who like really play. When this game comes out, a lot of this stuff isn't going to work because these guys are going to be like, I've seen that, I know that's possible, I know that's going to happen. But like, you know, he's trying to do, he wants to wake up with something, and I paused the game, which it prevents inputs, and so now he can't wake up with something, you know? Like, he has to adjust to it. He could still wake up and do it if he adjusts in time, but the game's so new. Like, I was just basically betting that he wouldn't be able to do it. And it just kind of worked out. There is something I want to try. Like, one thing I want to try. That's a stun setup. So normally what I do, normally what I'm doing here, I do this as a combo. A very simple combo. I might even use this instead. Oh shit, I didn't even do that. Alright, so basically crouching medium punch. Oh, really? Alright. Basically crouching medium punch is about the same distance as crouching medium kick. They're about the same range. You know, where I can actually hit him. Is that true? Am I listed as that? Oh shit. Let me go change that. My bad. I thought it updated based on like the game. I changed my title though, so people shouldn't be that confused. Also, the fact that I lost connection to the result page makes me think I'm out of this game. I wish I could turn off the damn music. It's so bad. Anyways, I will be playing Dark Souls 2 later, but right now, so long as I can get into Street Fighter 5, I'm going to be doing that. So bad. Oh shit. I'm sorry, you guys are going to get some reverb for a second here. Dark Souls 2 later, but right now, so long as I can get into Street Fighter 5, I'm going to be doing that. God damn it. There we go. Sorry. Alright, I updated the Street Fighter 5. At least I think I did. It's the #1 track, though. Give me a break.
Another fight is coming your way.
Oh shit, Flow is on. That's awesome. Alright, here we go. Sorry, there's a bunch of stream. I know that was a bunch of stream shenanigans there. We're good. I'm back to it. I've updated to a proper game title. M-Bison. I've never fought an M-Bison. Wait, no, I did fight a few M-Bisons. They're pretty cool. They got some cool shit. Too much dog. Do it. Did you see a lightning flash on the screen?
That's right, he's got that.
Hadouken! Seiya! Towa!
Woo! God, this guy's got a lot of good buttons. He's teching all my throws. Like, this guy's got a lot of experience with Street Fighter.
Round 2.
I mean, it's showing super good. I tried to, like, punch or something. Yeah, I'm trying to do something. He knows I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about somebody who knows where I'm gonna throw. Like, I'm trying to mash out jabs, but it doesn't beat throws. That guy's got a lot of Street Fighter experience. And he knows exactly when I'm gonna throw because I'm making it very obvious. Which is fine. It's just, I don't know what to do once he's figured that out. Like, there's no way I would know how to handle that, because I've never been in a situation like that ever. Like, not even, you know, there's no Street Fighter, there's no fighting game that does it quite like Street Fighter. And to be honest, I was sitting here like, damn, he's impenetrable. Like, I go for a throw, he knows I'm going to throw. I go for an attack, and by him throwing, the way that you counterattack a throw in this game, the tech out of a throw, is to do a throw yourself. So you both have to press, you know, the throw buttons at the same time to tech out of a throw. I made it so obvious that all he would do is go for the throw. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to make it look like I'm going for a throw, but I'm going to do it. And every time I went for a jab, he beat me. He would throw me out of the jab. So empty jumping and then jabbing is not an option against a guy who's going to throw you. It's just not an option. It throws beat jabs. That fight has very clearly established that. Which kind of leaves me scratching my head. I don't really know what I would do in that scenario at all. Like, I could do like a special move, but getting a Shoryuken input, like, that's gonna be pretty rough. Like, and if it beats a jab, if a throw beats a jab, that means that, you know, any of my buttons none of them are gonna work. None of my buttons are going to stop that guy from hitting me. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about that. It's gonna be kind of rough. It's gonna be kind of rough. But I'm trying to think of options. Like, I could try and go for like specials. Like, I can go in like that. The problem is like, you know, I have to dedicate to that. That guy was just on point with his throws, though. Like, he's very clearly... He probably played a ton of Street Fighter 4, so he's like, oh yeah, he's going for throws. These are obvious throw setups. Which I know they're obvious, because I've seen plays of Street Fighter 4 all day long. And it's, you know, not everything translates, but I know a lot of stuff does translate. So once he knew I was throwing, when he would know I would go for like that. He just knew I was going to go for it. And if I didn't go for it, if I did this and went for that or that, throw beats. Throw was beating this, it was beating this, and it was beating this, and it was beating that, and it was beating this. Throw, just when I was here, when I do this action right here, the only option I had in that match was the throw and get the throw tech. That's all I could have done. Throw tech. The problem is he's holding back, so if I go in and attack him when he's blocking, like, he's gonna block it, block it, block it, block it, block it. You know, he's gonna block all my attacks. Block, block, block. You know, he just would block it all. So I don't really know
I guess I could have tried to open him up with like an overhead, but it didn't really look like he was... I guess my problem is I was doing this all the time. I was just doing this. Jump in, and then something. I would do something other than tech, and he would throw me, and then the times that I would go in and throw, we would tech, and then we would just be right back to neutral. So as long as Bison just kind of stayed this sort of blocking wall, like I really wasn't getting anywhere with it. I don't know how to break that open. I'm trying to theory craft as to what I could do to break that open, and the only thing I can think of is if he crouches, I could overhead. But the problem is that he was standing a lot, and if I would go for a low, I mean, I guess it was just pretty obvious. It was very obvious. If I jumped, I was overheading. If I was walking up, I was lowing. Like, yeah, pretty rough. I really don't know. I caught him a few times when he did specials. But, I mean, that was all that was. It showed me like something that I've never seen before, that's for sure.
Round. Fight.
Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
That's weird. You see all that rollback going on? I think the chip damage would have killed him. That might have been chip damage. No, I don't think it was.
Fight.
Hadouken!
I tried to do a combo there. I got the 3 hits, but I don't think I can link any like real damage after that. Failed to send match results to server. Oh man. So something about the matchmaking is working, but the results is not working. Yeah, I'm sorry, Terrell. I'm just spouting a bunch of shit. You don't have to listen to it. Like, a lot of it is just my inner thoughts that I'm trying to divulge out. In case people are, like, watching this and wondering what I'm thinking. That's really the deal. Like, it is complicated. It's kind of complicated. If you haven't played fighting games, it's complicated. But once you, like, spend some time with them, it really isn't that hard. Like, it is mind game stuff, but, you know, we can only think so much in a fight. There's only so much going on. And you really just gotta learn how to break it down and kind of figure out people's mentality, see what their skill level is, what their mental state is, all that stuff, what they want to do. You gotta think about all that, but you don't have to think about it all at once. You just have to think about it, you know, whenever you can. Just do what you can, play fighting games. Naturally, I think you just get better. That's 250, so... Yeah, okay, definitely. Oh wait, that's 167. It's 299. Oh, it's not comboing, that's why. 215. Okay, so if I want to do a real damaging combo, that's what I'm looking to do. Even if I drop it, kind of puts me in a pretty good spot. And I know if I do... I know that link, so that's a cost of 2 there. Oh, it pulls me out. I wonder if that works. Let's see. Ah.
Another fight is coming your way.
Fighting games are... It's not surprising that you haven't really played them. A lot of people don't play fighting games. They're not really that popular. I mean, they are popular, like, kind of just to play and to play. I know Mortal Kombat sold really, really, really well. Mortal Kombat 10 was, like, super well received. But a lot of those people just kind of play the game. They're not really looking to, like, take it super seriously, which is totally fine. Like I think people just playing fighting games there's no problem with that. But I do want to learn to get deeper with the mechanics and stuff like that. You know, I'd like to know how things work and then see if I can get pretty good at it. How do you skip these things? I don't know how to skip them.
Fight.
Is that really a punish? Seems like a really slow move to punish with.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice. Ooh. That guy's just pressing buttons. That's fine. You know, it's totally fine to just press buttons. I do it in a bunch of matches too. Like, a lot of the ones that I lose, it is me just trying to mash out some stuff because I'm either trying to figure things out or I just, like, I get into this mode where I just want to press a bunch of buttons. Like, I want to see how reckless I could take things. Like, against that Bison, it was the opposite. I was like, what is this one move that he's beating me out on? And it was the throws. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, what are my options? How do I beat this? And I couldn't figure it out. Like, I was not sure how to set up that obvious throw stuff for something. Like, I just didn't know how to do it. Maybe like a backdash or backing up, I don't know. But then I'd be on the defensive, and it's like, why am I blocking? You know, I set up a scenario where I have to block up a better scenario than that. Basically, my mind is still stuck on that Bison fight. Like, I really want to figure out what to do about that. Like, I was out of tricks. I didn't know what to do. There's no invincibility on backdash, so that's not even an option. Slapping buttons can sometimes be the best option. It totally is. Like, sometimes mashing tricks people up. Like, there are people who are really good at this game, and then they hide it by, like, acting scrubby. They do scrub tactics, you know, they do wake up DP all day, you know, they make it look like they suck, you know, they go in hitting buttons all the time, and then they, like, if they lose a round or something, they switch it on. They turn it on, like, okay, now I have to play smart. And then they do every possible safe thing in the world. It's really aggravating, but they're just that level of good. Did you see that I got that combo? I got that combo right there. It's pretty rad. I felt good about it. So 253. What if I do the standing? So did I not combo that? 225? So 263. 252. So let's try 242. 242. Alright, so the difference is the Tatsu, the heavy Tatsu I'm doing. That's 263. 256. So it seems this does more damage. 256. 253. 221. 198. How come the damage is going down? Because his health bar is gone. 256. 263. So 263 with that. 263. 256. 256. Weird. I can't figure it out.
Another fight is coming your way.
Is that the combo you want to use? That's the combo I want to use online. Basically, like, if you find a combo that is really optimal, that does like the best damage, the one that you should be doing, they call that like your bread and butter. That's your basic B&B combo. It's the one that you should always apply whenever you can. I don't know anything about Ryu, so I don't know what his basic bread and butters are. But that combo that I'm doing there, it's a very simple, very straightforward thing to do, and so that's why I'm using it. And I'm building a base level of execution with Ryu by doing that.
Round one. Fight.
Hadouken! 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 Tarya! Hadouken! Hadouken! ここからだ！ここからだ！
Nice combo. Just a 3-button jab. That was really cool. I'm gonna look at the tapes on that. He overheaded me and then got a combo off it. That was pretty good. I tried to mash it. I want to mash that. That's a really good combo. Like, that's a very easy to do combo. Like, that's not. So there's the thought to combos. There's two thoughts to it. What combo do you want to do? What's your main combo that you want to focus and be like the one that you go to in the most scenarios? The way that you want to approach it is kind of two directions. You have the execution side of a combo, and then you have the actual optimization of that combo. So the execution is what it sounds like. If you cannot press the buttons in the right order to do that combo, that is a very big factor. If you cannot do that combo reliably by pressing the buttons, chances are you don't want to do that combo. If that's an issue, if execution is an issue and you have to fight, your best bet is to do a combo in which you can do the execution for. In my case, this execution here, that is what I'm trying to get. This kick, these 2 punches to Link after, like... That's an execution error. That's my problem. That's unique to me. I need to be able to get those 3 hits to happen in a fight reliably, because I want that to be my combo. The other side of a combo, besides this execution, like, if I was having too much trouble with this, if I couldn't do this, there's an easier combo. I could do that. That's my combo. Because I can't link the medium standing punch into itself very well, if that's my problem. So the combo I should be doing is the one that I can actually pull off. That's the execution side. The other side of it is optimization. How much damage can you get out of this particular scenario? That is much harder, but it's also one that you could study by watching videos, talking to people, and seeing what people figure out. That is not really going to exist right now because Street Fighter V is in a beta, and there's just not that. It is, but it takes a lot of work to get to it. More importantly, the combo aspect that I'm working on is execution, because I don't have any execution with Street Fighter that I can apply to Street Fighter V. So that's why I go for that combo. I don't know if it's good, the best, or what. Oh! Alright, that's cool. I had a lot of matches, so it's okay that I got kicked out. I'm not too upset. I'm not too upset. That was good. How long did I get that for? About an hour and 42, probably shave off like 20, 30 minutes of waiting. Yeah. This is really unique. I haven't gotten this many matches. Actually, I got about this much matches during the beta, like an hour's worth or something like that. Look at this. I'm now in this cycle of constant disconnect. I think something happened. I think everybody might have gotten kicked. So what's happening? Yeah. So I think, so basically what they're doing is that rotation we talked about earlier, how they're kicking people out, bringing new ones in. They might be doing that again, but it also could be that their servers have reached a capacity limit or like a stability limit, and now it's completely kaput. Like it can't pull it off. Yeah, so now I'm stuck in this weird little... I almost dropped my controller. That was really good. I was having some fun. I wish... Oh, man, that bison... I'm gonna talk to some people online and see what... I'm gonna show people that video. I'm gonna take a clip of that. I better stop recording so I have a really easy file. God damn it. This is actually kind of annoying having to do this. So... what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out that clip of me fighting Bison, and I'm going to ask people, you know, what's a better scenario? What's a better option in this scenario? Like, is it a horrible idea? Can I do something with it? Like, what do I do? You know, I'm going to ask people, what do I do when I jump in on Bison and I throw him, but he sees that I'm going to throw and he does a throw as well? Like, how do I bait that throw out? That an empty jump bait. Like, is it worth it? Like, you know, is there anything I could do? Or maybe it might be a thing where I just can't empty jump. It might be a thing where I have to force him I have to come in and force him to block. Like, actually, out of all these fights I've had tonight, the Bison one, like, makes me the most happy. Because he showed me something I haven't seen before, a very obvious glaring hole in my game plan, and now I have to think of ways to fill it. I like that. That's the fun thing about fighting games, is that you will fight so many people that have so many different ways of playing the game. And somebody out there will be like, this is what you're doing. Like, somebody out there will realize that this is what you are doing. Even if it's a habit or it's a tactic, whatever it is, you're doing it and you're applying it in a way that the guy can see that as being predictable. And so he can create some sort of countermeasure to that string that you're doing. When that happens, you have to look back on yourself and say, okay, how do I counter the counter? Or is it one of those things where there is no other options and I have to just abandon the tactic, which is always possible. But I'm going to try and figure that out. Like, I'm going to ask some people. I'm probably, when this is done, when my Street Fighter 5ing is done, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Like, it shouldn't even be like maybe a half hour. Like, it shouldn't be an hour. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break, just a breather. And then when I think Street Fighter 5 is totally done, I'm going to hop over to Dark Souls 2 again. Also, it looks like my internet, it looks like Twitch is starting to explode a little bit here. Yeah. I'm seeing a little bit of problems on my caster here. Twitch is